Australia, the land of death. Amid the most extreme lands on Earth, where scorching sands swallow every step and swamps conceal death, the rulers clash in a brutal battle for survival. Wild Australia, where the death of a king snake ignites a deadly hunt. On the oldest continent on Earth, the red desert stretches endlessly, with days scorching like fire and nights as cold as a blade's edge. The parched eucalyptus forests can erupt into a sea of flames, hiding colossal hunting machines. Amid the scorching sea of sand, a tiny creature slowly emerges. No fangs, no speed, yet clad in a suit of spiny armor. The thorny devil, the desert's tiny warrior, leaves its mark step by step on the blazing sands. Its body, covered in spikes, is not only a shield, but also a remarkable survival machine. It absorbs every rare drop of dew through its skin, channeling it directly to its mouth, sustaining life even when temperatures fluctuate by nearly 30 degrees. By day, its spines disperse the scorching heat, while at night its body contracts to trap every fragile trace of warmth. When attacked, it lowers itself, revealing a false head on its back to deceive predators and shield its most vital parts. Amid the blazing red desert, a tiny figure moves slowly. The thorny devil patiently gathers each ant, a precious source of food to sustain its life. But in this land, peace has never lasted for long. From within the dry grass, a shadow of death silently slithers out. It is the mulga snake, a giant venomous serpent, its long body pressed close to the ground, icy eyes locked tightly on the prey ahead. The thorny devil, with its sturdy, spiny armor, is not an easy target. Yet in the vast desert, it remains just a tiny creature facing a formidable enemy that carries deadly power within. Suddenly, the ground trembled. A gigantic shadow engulfed the scene. The monitor lizard appeared. In that moment, the desert turned into a deadly game, where the line between predator and prey could be reversed in the blink of an eye. In Australia, even death itself armed with venom can fall. On these sands, only the most resilient survive. In the harsh wild world, it is renowned for its boldness. It can take down dangerous venomous snakes, raid bird nests to steal eggs, or seize the moment to snatch up unsuspecting small creatures. This time, however, its ambition goes beyond small prey. In its cold, unyielding eyes lies a far greater desire, signaling a new hunt where the deadly game is about to enter a new chapter. Amid the fiery red land, a female kangaroo grazes peacefully, the scene appearing calm, yet that silence is only a fragile moment. This time, however, she has failed, collapsing in the relentless battle for survival. Amid the barren landscape, with sparse vegetation and the presence of lizards, venomous snakes, and kangaroos, life stands as a testament to nature's endurance. The Australian desert is not only harsh, but also a wild stage full of mysteries. Hidden beneath the cracked stones lives a creature regarded as the very embodiment of death. The inland taipan, the most venomous snake on the planet, where each strike delivers instant death. At first glance, the inland taipan does not seem extraordinary, yet within every drop of its venom lies enough toxicity to kill dozens of people. Its silence is the most terrifying warning in this unforgiving desert. Stretching over 2 meters long, the inland taipan glides like a shadow across the red earth. Within its graceful body lies an unparalleled weapon, making it an unrivaled predator in this deadly arid world. Each strike of the inland taipan happens in the blink of an eye. Yet in that fleeting moment, its powerful neurotoxic venom begins its deadly journey, paralyzing life from within its prey. Few creatures can match the inland taipan in sheer deadliness. Yet instead of being aggressive, it moves quietly, avoiding humans. This very contradiction has made it a living legend of the Australian desert. the gentle giant of nature. On the harsh African savanna, each step of the giant elephant shakes the ground. They carry within them ancient wisdom, sacred maternal bonds, and the strength of unity, becoming an eternal symbol of wildlife. In that endless cycle of life, the most sacred moment is when new life begins. Within the protective circle of the herd, a mother elephant gives birth, opening the perilous journey of a fragile young giant. Just a few minutes later, the newborn calf struggles to stand. Each unsteady step is a powerful declaration that it has entered this harsh world. While vultures circle in the sky above, the watchful eyes of hyenas glimmer from afar. They know that the fragility of the newborn is their chance. But the mighty herd forms a living wall. The thunderous roar of the mother is enough to drive away every predator. Here, new life is protected by the strength of unity. The savanna is never truly calm. Each day, the young calf grows, learning how to find water and to remember the paths carved by the herd through generations. But danger is always lurking. A pack of wild dogs appears and charges forward, the slow calf becoming their target. The wild dogs are numerous, but the resilience of the herd makes them falter. To grow up, the calf must learn how to survive in the circle of death. And as it gradually grows, overcoming each battle, it carries not only its own strength, but also the memory and the spirit of the whole herd. They converse in sounds beyond the range of human hearing. Infrasound vibrations pass through the earth, carrying for many miles. Compassion is seldom found in animals, yet elephants are an exception. They grieve for the fallen, standing quietly before the skeleton, as though in tribute to what has been. Elephants are known to use tools, employing branches to chase off rhinos or breaking the soil in search of minerals. Such behaviors reveal deep intelligence, rendering them masters of survival. In a world where might so often prevails, the African elephant demonstrates one truth. Wisdom and memory are the lasting weapons that keep this giant steadfast through every trial. The colossus is not always secure. Under the glaring sun, the predator's golden eyes flash. It is the lion, the sole beast daring to confront the elephant, most of all when the young are vulnerable. With a resounding roar, the lion springs forward, its sharp fangs ready to drive into the dense flesh. The savanna ignites with the racing pulse of a battle between bravery and hunger. The mother elephant turns, tusks raised sharp and gleaming, trunk striking fiercely like a tempest. She battles with all her strength, casting aside each lion that lunges too near. Yet the fire of hunger makes the lions ever more savage. They fan out, encircling with each pace, their gaze sharp as knives. One fleeting mistake, and the calf is down, its destiny revealed upon the crimson earth. The struggle between life and death is fought not only in the wild, but also within human hands. The elephant's greatest foe is not the lion, but mankind. Human devastation has driven their population into steep decline. And yet, in certain places, there are still hands that protect. Reserves and anti-poaching efforts kindle a faint hope for this giant. Across the savanna, as the crimson sun sinks, the colossal form continues its march. It is proof of nature's endurance, where might and wisdom are bound together as one. Elephant, the living legend of the vast savanna. Across the boundless African savanna, a giant silhouette strides with measured pace. No roar is needed. Its mere presence compels the land to yield to its dominion. This is the African elephant, the largest creature on land. At around 3 meters tall, nearly twice the height of a grown man, and weighing more than 8 tons, it rises like a colossus, portraying the majesty of nature. Its vast ears, wide as great fans, serve not only to disperse heat beneath the blazing sun, but also to lend it a regal bearing that makes foes wary from a distance. Its long and supple trunk holds more than 40,000 muscle bundles. Mighty as a crane, yet so precise, it can pluck a fragile blade of grass from the arid ground. In this unforgiving world, the African elephant is more than a gentle giant. It stands as a symbol of power, intelligence, and the bonds of the herd, shaping a legend upon the fiery savanna. The tusks are in truth the lengthened second incisors. Their thin outer enamel quickly erodes, revealing the dense dentine beneath. Within lies the pulp cavity, nourishing them so they continue to grow for a lifetime. They stand as emblems of power, the supreme weapons in relentless struggles for land and breeding rights. They collide like a peal of thunder, tusk against tusk. Their massive forms drive into one another, unleashing a fierce reverberation. Dust billows. The savanna quakes beneath the tempest of might. Every strike bears the weight of 1,000 pounds. One slip may bring downfall, and each wound from an opponent may scar forever, a lasting imprint of the fight. At last, one gives way, sinking to its knees before the wrath. A roar resounds across the plains, proclaiming the conqueror. Upon the savanna, only the mightiest have their names etched into legend. Beneath the blazing sun, its ears flap ceaselessly, releasing heat from its vast frame. Even its breath bears the pulse of the great savanna, where drought and dust storms grant no mercy. The elephant's trunk is an instrument of survival. It stretches down to the exhausted river. A hiss echoes as it draws in water, then bursts forth as a refreshing shower upon its body. The two gleaming curved tusks serve as both weapons and instruments, tearing the soil and toppling trees. They carry the memory of fierce battles, marked with the scars of time and endurance. In the evening glow, the elephant herd advances in file. The matriarch leads, imparting wisdom through each stride. With remarkable memory, they can rediscover water sources, even after long years of drought. Amid the unforgiving savanna, personal strength has never sufficed. It is the herd that stands as the shield of defense, the circle of survival upon which the African elephant depends to resist the perils that stalk. Beneath the burning sun, the elephant herd makes its way to the mighty river. Every ponderous stride churns the muddy waters, their calls resounding afar like a hymn of crossing in the unforgiving wild. The colossal forms march in line, the elders protecting the calves, their bodies forged into a living fortress. The waters surge, but faith and the strength of the herd lead them across the ordeal. Within the thick mire, golden eyes glimmer. The great crocodile advances, its vast form sliding quietly below the turbid surface. Pale circles ripple outward, foretelling the nightmare soon to unfold. All at once, the surface shatters. Out of the depths, the crocodile's teeth close tight, seizing a young elephant. A harrowing cry resounds along the river, and the herd erupts in turmoil. The river proves ruthless. The crocodile pulls the young elephant beneath, leaving ripples shimmering with blood. Yet the herd must march on, bearing a sorrow etched deep that will never wane. Even as the cruel wild takes the lives of the young, the herd moves forward. Their bond and will to endure have forged them into the emblem of the mightiest creature on land. Kruger, the life and death domain of the black mamba. Kruger, a land stretching from the far east of Mozambique to the northern Limpopo plains, unfolds like a vast living carpet draped over the continent. Here, nature has forged a ruthless arena where life and death forever walk side by side. Kruger is not only a paradise of life, but also a kingdom of killers. Here, every blade of grass, every patch of shade may conceal a notorious assassin, spreading fear across the plains. Among them all, one name stands at the very peak of fear. It needs no roar, no display of brute strength. It only has to glide silently past to plant sheer terror in the hearts of others. It is the black mamba. Its body is slender, delicate like a ribbon of silk, yet it moves with lightning speed and grace. Capable of striking at up to 20 kilometers per hour, it can turn any creature into a victim in an instant. The name black mamba makes many imagine an eternal darkness cloaking its body. Yet its skin is only olive gray or ashen brown. Only when its mouth opens wide does the absolute black reveal itself, like the face of death. The black mamba possesses one of the most terrifying neurotoxins on the planet. With a single bite, it can release up to 400 milligrams of venom, many times more than the lethal dose for an adult human. Its hollow fangs, sharp as needles, were not made to threaten or to display. They were created for one purpose alone: to end the life of its prey in the briefest of moments. A solitary and highly vigilant snake, the black mamba is most often active by day. It glides quietly through low bushes or weaves its way into the treetops, silently watching, seeking out targets for its deadly hunt. When its cold eyes lock onto prey, it moves with absolute composure. The field mouse continues to nibble at the grass, blissfully unaware. In a flash, the black mamba strikes. The victim collapses, and the venom does the rest. As the heat settles over the savanna, the black mamba enters its breeding season. The female quietly seeks a hidden place, silently laying between 6 and 17 eggs, entrusting fragile new lives to a world filled with danger. Unlike many other species, the black mamba offers no care after birth. The tiny creatures, barely freed from their fragile shells, are thrown straight into the brutal struggle for survival from the very first moment of life. At the very height of fear, where death often comes with a single missed heartbeat, there exists a small creature. It carries no venom, bears no giant frame, yet even the black mamba hesitates in its presence. That is the mongoose. At first glance, it appears unremarkable. Measuring only 30 to 60 centimeters in length and weighing less than 2 kilograms, yet within that small body lies an extraordinary boldness. An evolved nervous system allows the mongoose to resist most snake neurotoxins. Even when bitten, its body does not succumb to paralysis. Living in groups of 20 to 30, they share duties and pass on hunting skills through generations. Across the arid lands of Kruger, a dark shadow glides silently, carrying the breath of death. The black mamba emerges, its body sleek and fluid, its cold eyes watching like death itself, lurking with every heartbeat. In a moment, taut as a drawn bowstring, the two suddenly hurl themselves at each other, swift as arrows slicing the air. Dust erupts in clouds, the atmosphere exploding with the violent clash between deadly fangs and reckless courage. In a single instant, the mongoose's precise bite to the snake's head resounds like a verdict. The black mamba collapses, death itself brought low. On the battlefield of Kruger, courage has triumphed over venom. Kruger is forever a ruthless arena, where a single heartbeat too slow can cost a life. Here, life and death intertwine, composing a hymn of nature both fierce and profoundly tragic. In the relentless whirl of survival, courage becomes the most powerful weapon of all. And Kruger, with all its harshness, reminds us that survival has never been a right, but always an unending battle.